My brother, he came up to me. He said, "Are you American Indian?"
Yeah, Allah. Well, I went and see the style. I love you.
Yes, if he was like the real Egypt, he's like, he knows. He knows. So I just want to say, shout out to him. Much love, peace, and yeah, he knows. He said the real Egypt is in America.
Yeah, that's you. That's your land, guys.
He knows. Thank you. Chokran. Wake up, everybody. We the only ones that don't know. I come over here, everybody's taking pictures of me, asking me if I'm, Egyptian or Nubian, right? And then this one guy, he's like, you're American Indian. Yes? And I was like, yes. And he said, you all have the real Egypt. He's like, the real Egypt is in America. So, he knows. Exactly. No. He knows.
Now, if you look at this character carefully, she's approached by this Arab guy who's supposed to be a modern day quote-unquote Egyptian, and he studied the true history of Egypt. He came to her and he said, "You're an American Indian, and in Egypt is America is the true Egypt." He didn't say Europe or you're African American. You said you're you didn't say you're a Black American. You didn't say you're black. You didn't say you're a nigger. You didn't say are you a Negro. You didn't say you are an American Indian, which is what we are. I want you to read what she wrote here. She says, a modern day Egyptian, which these Saxons made them Egyptians. Modern day Egyptian approached me and asked me if I am American Indian. Interesting. Is everyone here who has approached me has called me an ancient Egyptian, looking like the one on the walls. And then he said he has been studying, and what he said was what I've been researching for all these years. Now, brothers and sisters, if you have a complete foreign enemy talking to a system who's indigenous to this entire realm, they're not indigenous to this land, indigenous to this entire realm, and come and let our people know who we are. This is something that you really, really need to focus on. Alright? Which means we got work to do. We have some serious work to do, but for the life of everything, our people don't want to wake up. I understand. I just and hear it one more time what she says, and we're gonna move on. Short message, alright?
My brother, he came up to me. He said, "Are you American Indian?"
Yeah, Allah. Well, I went and see the style. I love you.
Yes, if he was like the real Egypt, he's like, he knows. He knows. So I just want to say, shout out to him. Much love, peace, and yeah, he knows. He said the real Egypt is in America.
Yeah, that's you. That's your land, guys.
He knows. Thank you. Chokran. Wake up, everybody. We the only ones that don't know. I come over here, everybody's taking pictures of me, asking me if I'm, Egyptian or Nubian, right? And then this one guy, he's like, you're American Indian. Yes? And I was like, yes. And he said, you all have the real Egypt. He's like, the real Egypt is in America. So, he knows. Exactly. No. He knows.
Brown in Sedona, okay? These things are real, you guys, and nobody's on here trying to make you believe it. You have to see these things for yourself. The lion heads are in Sedona. The rocks have been worn. Look at the Olmec, the statue of the Olmecs in Sedona, you guys. Sedona, Arizona. Let me see if I can find something else that I thought would be more really interesting. Singing birds. These are bird beings, you guys. Again, bird beings are in the rocks. These are ancient temples in Sedona from ancient Atlantis. They try to say that Atlantis is a fable, is a myth. No, it is not. It predates Kemet. Okay? Okay, queens and kings of Sedona. Atlantean queens and kings. These are the queens and kings of Atlantis. Okay? Carved within the rocks in Sedona. Right? King Zozar. Kings of Thunder Mountain. These ancient carvings have been worn over a millennia, right? You cannot deny this. When water wears on rocks, then the appearance of them disintegrates. Look at that face right there. We are here. We have been here. We didn't come from no daggone Africa. We have been in the United States. We are indigenous to the United States. Because the United States is Egypt. And when I have the opportunity to go back to Sedona, look at this. When I have the opportunity to go back to Sedona, I will give you guys and I will go back on it. I will go back on this tour just to create live footage, live videos of these. Because this is for real. This is for real. Nobody playing like no games. Like we're not clout chasing. We trying to get you hip to your own fucking lineage. We trying to make you aware of your power because they got you thinking that your power is somewhere across the ocean. No, it is not. Your power is right here in the United States. They have found ancient relics, gold tablets within the Grand Canyon, and they don't want you to know this. The more they have you looking far away from yourself, the longer it will take for you to come and step into your true power. And ain't nobody on here debating with y'all. You don't have to believe this. You do not have to believe this, but it is the truth. Because I have seen this with my very own eyes. This is Thunder Rock. This is a temple. I stood on the mountain right across from this, and it is a ancient temple sitting right there in front of us. People go to Sedona all the time because they know this. People don't know this before our people know this. The Asians, they stay in Sedona. The Anglos, the Caucasians, they stay in Sedona because they know what's there. Do you understand? And it is us who are original from this place who don't even believe, right? Look at that. That we are from this land. This is our land.
Up in Idaho camping. Would you look at this? I think I found an ancient mound. Because that's looking real pyramid-like. Not going to explore it this weekend, but going to come back up here. We gonna get to that spot. Because that's looking really, it's like a nipple.
Pyramid. That you cannot mistake that for anything else but a pyramid. And it has everything. It's a pyramid. Don't argue with me. Have a good day.
That Egypt has 118 pyramids. But did you know that America has over 2,000? This conspiracy theory is guaranteed to blow your mind. It states that the Grand Canyon is a path to Egypt, and that's because there's pyramids, hieroglyphics, mummies, and tons of other Egyptian artifacts were found, and all the areas that are marked off actually mimic Orion's belt. And all the main points are named after Egyptian gods. And some of the biggest pyramids around the world and in the United States are actually hidden under mountains. Go ahead, look it up. The majority of the pyramids really start picking up along the eastern part of America, which according to this map of what America really is, that's all ancient Mesopotamia and Babylon, which makes sense why you find all these ancient hidden civilizations in the eastern parts of America, and why you have all these obelisks, because America's the real Egypt, and they've just been lying to you. What do you think?
Whether you realize it or not. There's like 3 of them I can see from my house. Well, in my area. Not exactly from my house.
All the landforms in the Grand Canyon South, which, by the way, is 90% off limits, even to the Native Americans, 90% of the Grand Canyon you're not allowed to go to. And there's a reason for that, and we'll get to that. Okay. But they have names that are absolutely unique to Egypt. And there's no indication that any contemporary cavalryman or anybody that was an explorer brought that concept, because the Native Americans themselves, especially the Pueblo people, they have a long history of the Star people, aliens, and they also have a long history of the foreigners who came. So in the Forbidden History revealed for the first time in history, and this is what people have got, but there's been an overriding control of ancient history. Mm-hmm. And just as the great Library of Alexandria was burned, there are other depositories of that ancient knowledge. Why are
they do, fam? It amazes me, man, how some people just can't even fathom, like, this even being possible. When clearly the evidence is right here. This is the pyramids in America. More pyramids in the Americas than there is anywhere else. Peak, fam, peak. This is just a few. Look, this is all down it, all down. Look, this is all the Central America. Look at this. Pyramids everywhere. Look, you see Mexico right there. Look, you see they light skin. But you take a look right here. Look, the same color as me. Look, same color as me. We're real Neters, Neteru, real Egyptians, Nubians, the Mayans, all that. And you got gods and goddesses like Isis and Osiris that got temples in the Grand Canyon in Sedona, Arizona. It's right here, fam. That's why they're the ones going over there, because we already found artifacts, pottery older than Jesus. We already know where that came from. There was a lady right here on TikTok. She was viewing the book. This is the Temple of Isis right here. Look at that. That's a seat. And if you know Isis, she has a throne on her head, or she also has horns. And that's a big seat, because we were giants. We were huge beings. And we can talk about all the giant found in bones and everything they found all around here in this area. Because, fam, those are us. Those are our ancestors, because we are the giants. We could also talk about the animals that the gods and goddesses represent and where they are native to. And as you can see, or falcons are native to, which I'm not going to even read it, let you read it. Got another god, Anubis. Well, this is Anubis right here, which is a Mexican hairless dog. It's in Mexico. If you don't know about the warrior god, this is Segment. And she's a lion. As you can see, those American lions and how long they was there. Another example, you got Sobek, right? He's a crocodile, right? This is where you can mostly find crocodiles, man. This is where you can mostly find them. Got another god, Noon. He's a ram. And rams are native too. Right. Read it. And that was just some gods and goddesses, just to name a few. But most of the animals they represent are native to the Americas, North, Central, and South. I almost forgot about Thoth. He's an Ibis, and look where they reside, man. Look where they be at, man. Come on, man. Sometimes you gotta stop believing what you was taught. Actually go do the research on these things. But you already know that we've been taught everything backwards as hell. People think it's evil, but this really our true essence. This is our true magic right here. And once we know who we are, where we at, and what we need to do, nobody can stop us. The best knowledge is knowing self. Peace to the guys and goddesses.
You have received all overwhelming information. We're not African. We're not African American. We're once known as the Atlanteans. Also, the Egyptians, because the Egyptians and the Atlanteans were one people. Alright? It's important that you understand our history. And we have warriors on our planet, in our realm, who have completely turned us away from who we are. It is up to us to bring it back. I was just talking to a brother in the astral realm the other day. I saw him in the astral realm. He said, you know what? So much of our history has been lost. He had accepted everything that is not us. We have an enemy, an alien species, an alien force on our planet, in our realm, who has an army set up to fight against us when we refuse to fight, but we refuse to fight against this army. We refuse to take our land back because we're so spellbound by their money. The ancient Egyptians were the most powerful beings ever, and we are those people. We dealt with sorcery. We dealt with witchcraft. We dealt with wizardry. We were warlocks and witches. We're Dark Lords. We're Sith Lords. We're Dark Sith Lords. And you start talking about the beacons and the bishops and the knights and the kings and the queens, the brooks, the pawns. When you start talking on that level, you start talking about hierarchy. The dukes and the duchesses. We had the most up of the other most powerful technology ever known. How you think we carved this shit into rocks? We use technology. We had technology, and we will refuse to go back to this. Brothers and sisters, we need armies set up. There was a brother who contacted me. He said, I want to get some things going on in the astral realm. He's like, he had a bunch of Mexicans. They not original. I don't want to deal with them. I want to deal with our people, the Guatemalans and the African Americans. America is Egypt. The Central and Caribbean, South American, African Americans. You start looking up Egypt. Egypt is also known as Tamer. They called Egypt Tamerica. Alright. That's what these Saxons, Tamerica, they called it. This is ancient. And all of us over here on this side of the planet Earth, are the true Egyptians. We're indigenous to this planet Earth. And it's been moved away from us. Told us we're African Americans, we're Black Americans. Those are our color. Those are niggers. And we gotta bring ourselves back to the state of who we are. We have a war on our hands. First, we gotta get out of this right here. All the Jesus and God and Allah and Jehovah bullshit. And all that other bullshit they gave our so-called African American and Central American and South American species. We are original to everything. It's us. It's literally gonna be the ones that bring this shit back into perspective. So many of our own want to kill ourselves. You follow the whole trend that these alien beings created. You gotta stop following the trend. Because you see they're spraying the sky with our ancestors didn't deal with that shit. We didn't have no winters. They put all kind of shit in the books that told me that they wrote our history and they caused us to go into a sleep state. And we forgot who we were. All our history is right here in this land called America. All we have to do is travel. Gotta get out the hood. Brothers and sisters, get the fuck out the hood and go travel. Look at all these different places. There's energies in these places. There's energy that will engulf you, that covers your entire body. Grand Canyon is just one part of a supreme energy that we dealt with, and they don't want us to go there because they know that when we walk in that land, there's an energy that we can tap into that will bring us back to life. Yes, life. Brothers and sisters, there are gateways and portals all over this land called America. Yes, you have an alien species who created armies and created the police and the sheriff's office. And created all these FBI, CIA, all these mother effers to help them to keep us from fighting back for our land. And Benjamin Franklin wrote in the history, the Second Amendment, it was our people who were fighting them because they were on our land. They were killing them. And they wrote the Second Amendment for them to protect themselves. They had to create an amendment because they knew that they were foreign to this land. They knew they didn't belong. They still don't belong to this land. So many of our brothers and sisters, oh no, I love you, I love you, I love you. The fuck was wrong with y'all niggas? He created the Second Amendment for the militias. And those very militias, which is your modern day law enforcement and police, is fighting against the original Egyptians, which are us African Americans and Central and South Americans, turned us against each other. Completely turned us against each other, yes. They worked hard to turn us against each other so they can continue to get this land, so they can continue to pillage and pull our resources, yes. Tell us that we're from somewhere else. We had a whole fucking land to fight for. We had a whole fucking history that we gotta go back to. Yes, our history. Fuck what they want to study. We're talking about Christopher Columbus and all this other bullshit. They want to study the history that they created, which literally is not real history. Oh, George Washington cut down a cherry tree. What's so significant about that? Brothers and sisters, we're walking on Egypt right now. Every time you step outside your house, the land that your house is sitting on right now in this land called America is Egypt. And we are Egyptians. We're the true ones. The true carbon-colored beings. They destroyed our history. The Egyptians are also known as the Atlanteans. So much here that was lost. Time to bring things back into perspective, brothers and sisters. Glad you joined in. Glad you were able to get this information, this knowledge. Now it's time for us to take it to the next level, alright? All power to the multi-celestial chakra, celestial angelic beings. May chaos reign within you forever and ever, brothers and sisters. Remember, we got to create our Atlantean army with just us and us black and Hispanic people. They gone to war against us, and they war physically against us. Remember Tulsa, Oklahoma, right there in Philadelphia, all the wars that they had against us to destroy us. And we need to answer. You have yet to answer. This is our time to shine, brothers and sisters, alright? We got these grand solar flares coming. Everything is churning up. Everything is churning up. 2024. This calendar year 24 ain't gonna be a good year. It's not gonna be a good year for anyone. I can speak for myself. Spiritual, it's gonna be good for the original beings, but in the topical sense, it's talking about shit in the surface, it's gonna be fucked up for everybody. Just know that, brothers and sisters. Our system is folding. It's literally folding. We got to get back to who we are, literally. When we begin to go into this energy and into this, to who we are, you walking around the Ankhs, all of you got your tattoos of the Ankhs, you got your Isis tattoo, you got your Ra, the sun god tattoo. Egypt is not over here. Got that all because deep inside of you know that this land is Egypt. Deep inside of you know this is Egypt. Deep inside of you know that you're walking on Egypt. So therefore, I built pyramids. I build pyramids. We can build pyramids. For the life of everything, we gotta come back to this knowledge. Get the fuck out the church. Get the fuck out their school system. Everything that they created was designed to fuck us up. We're working every day. Why? 9 to 5. So can be preoccupied as slaves with all these bills and all that. It's us that's reshaping everything. Somebody said we know about a mass meditation. We got daily mass meditation. All you got to do is remember and just do it. Not remember, just do it. 9 in the morning and 9 at night. Everybody. And 1 in the after. A 9-minute meditation. We're doing it in number 9s. 9 o'clock in the morning. 9-minute meditation. 9. Gonna meditate twice a day. All of us. We're meditating twice a day. 9 in the morning. 9 in the afternoon. And 9 at night for 9 minutes. Alright? Your meditation, you're linking to the higher energies, you're linking to the higher realms for infinite knowledge, ancient knowledge, for intelligence, for power, for energy. So we go into it. So this is how mass meditation, you got daily mass meditation every day until time no longer exists. 9 in the morning, 9 at night for 9 minutes. Every fucking day, and 1 in the afternoon too. So this is what it's like 12 o'clock right now, I think. It's 1:05 actually, Eastern time right now for us. So 6 hours, it'll be 9 o'clock. So wherever y'all are, 3 o'clock, it's 1 o'clock here. I know it's like 10 o'clock in like California, I think. I think it's 10 o'clock in Pacific time up in the mountains in California. In like 8 hours for us, it'll be 9 o'clock. So y'all others on the West Coast, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 o'clock. Can start tonight at 9 o'clock tonight. And the crazy part about it, it's going to happen in waves. It's going to happen in waves. It's going to be on the East Coast, the West Coast, the East Coast, the West Coast, the Eastern Time, Central Time, Mountain, and not specific, Pacific Time. We're going to be doing it in waves. It's going to be waves of energy of us going into meditation. Let's make this happen, y'all. We got a water fight, okay? We got to bring back our intelligence. Our ancient technology. Oh, boy. Because we have fallen off. Because we've been miseducated. We are the Egyptians. We are the Atlanteans. Those who you call the American Indians. We the Egyptians, we the Atlanteans. Our history goes way back. Let's make this happen, y'all. Much power to you all.